Good morning and welcome to Fort Zeller Elementary School. This is your principal, Mr. Lin, and I hope that you had a wonderful Wednesday yesterday. Today is Thursday, April 4th, 2019. It is day 4. Now, before we kick off this wonderful day, please consider the word cooperation. That's the character trait we are highlighting all this month of April. Think about what it looks like in your life, what it means to you. What does it look like when nobody else is looking? Obviously, cooperation and honesty and any of those character traits that we've been covering all this school year are things that we encourage you to do even when the people who are supervising you are not around. We want you to take charge of your life and to make those right choices. The other thing I want you to think about is cooperation is not something you can do alone. Cooperation requires you to work with kindness and with compassion and with a driven mission towards a common mission with your friend. So if you are a teammate working as a team towards a project, completing a project towards a common goal, well, guess what? You are showing cooperation. So I've seen a lot of cooperation over the last few days here at school, even outside when I've run into to some of you guys. So it's great to see that I know you know how to do it. I want to encourage you to continue to do it throughout this month and, of course, beyond. Don't forget also our active April Kindness Challenge is still going on. Um, Yesterday, your kindness challenge was simply to listen to your body and to be grateful for what it does. You know, we are obviously born into our body, and so our bodies they've been a part of us ever since day one of our life. And oftentimes we don't really think too much about different parts of our bodies that we simply take for granted. Our toes, the tip of our nose, our knees or our elbows, our back, the back of our head. Parts of our bodies that we may not think about very often. And yet, think about what our life would be like if we didn't have those. What would our life be if we didn't have our fingers? What would our life be like if we couldn't hear? And some of us are born with different parts of our bodies working in different ways. And guess what? That is an opportunity for you too to be mindful and to be compassionate to yourself and to say, you know what? This still works. I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for what it can do. So, so when we talk about being grateful for our body, it is just yet again another practice of being compassionate to yourself. Um, Now, also, we'll talk about the kindness challenge for today later on near the end of our morning announcements. But for now, the 3 expectations at the school, you already know them, are be respectful, be responsible, and show that you're ready to learn. Don't forget, those are things that we expect you to do, not just in class, but also when nobody else is looking in class. It's something that we expect you to do in the hallways, out on the bus, out in public, at home. Yes, even in the cafeteria. Respect and responsibility and being ready may look different in each one of those settings, but we encourage you to think about what they should look like and then practice them. Speaking of our cafeteria, don't forget the B-Bucks Cafeteria Challenge is still going on. I wasn't here yesterday, so I don't know if there was an update. So the most current standings, as far as I am aware, is that Miss Eshelman's class is still in the first place position, and Miss Booth's class is in the second place position, and we still have that tie between the 2 first grade classes of Miss McDonald's class and Miss Ogrechek's class. So if there has been a change, I will certainly check that out today and report that to you tomorrow. But for now, I invite you to take a moment, not for others, not for your best friends, not for your teachers, not even for Mr. Lin. I invite you to join me in taking a moment for yourself for our mindful minute. Now, if you're like me, go ahead and take a seat, crisscross applesauce. You can sit down in another position. You can sit on a chair, on a bouncy yoga ball, or you can lay down, stand up. Whatever position it is that allows you to really heighten the awareness that comes from your 5 senses: smelling, sight, taste, touch, hearing. Those senses allow you to soak in different aspects of your current setting right here, right now. And if you're like me, I invite you to close your eyes, but if you don't want to, that is absolutely okay. Closing your eyes is not the important part with Mindful Minute. If you leave your eyes open, I do encourage you to focus on a point in the classroom or in the hallway, wherever you're standing, perhaps there, right there in front of you on the carpet. And let's begin by anchoring all of our senses to the very important act of breathing. Go ahead and breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Study the quality of that breath, because if you feel like that breath could have felt more deliberate, more intentional, more purposeful, go ahead and try it again. Filling your belly up with air and slowly exhaling out all that air through your mouth. Let's do it again now. Much better. Now, we have taught a number of techniques that allow us to spotlight our breathing, to anchor in on that, whether it's the flower in the candle, whether it's simply counting your breaths or using Starfish method or any other method that works for you. And when you breathe in and you breathe out, and as you practice that technique, bring your brain's focus on all of the different parts of your breath. Let's begin. The coolness of the air as it goes through your nose, and the warmth of that air as it relaxes out of your body. As you continue to breathe, and as you continue to find that natural rhythm for that breathing, expand your awareness to the sounds, the scents, the smells, the sense of touch. Expand your awareness to the here and now, and appreciate this moment in which you sit. But also point some of your attention to yourself, the physical sensations, the parts of your body that, as a kindness challenge would have you say, that you've taken for granted. The parts of your body that are tight or tense or may have some pains, allow them to sit there, to be with you. And over time, once it has said what it needs to say, it will dissipate and disappear. But also, pay attention to your emotions and your feelings. As I've shared over the last few days, our emotions and feelings are often influenced by things in the past, things that have happened and yet you can never change, but they left us sad or happy or any number of emotions. Notice the feelings that might have originated from things that have yet to come, the future, eagerness, anticipation. All of those emotions, sit with them too. Allow them in. Don't try to change them. Simply allow them to be in your body, permission to let it go. In a moment, you'll hear a bell or a chime. Listen to it as it gets quieter and quieter, and if you can't hear it anymore, I encourage you to, at that moment, open your eyes and soak in the world around you. Welcome to a new day right here at the fort where you are loved, where you are cared for, and where we want you to succeed. But whether you have a great day, or week, or month, or year, it's not our choice. It is only your choice. So choose wisely, work at it, and enjoy the rewards. At this moment, please stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. And when we come back, I will share with you the next kindness challenge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. So, active April. This kindness challenge is a little bit difficult at Fort Zeller simply because we don't have stairs, but I'm going to go ahead and read it to you anyways. Go up and down the stairs whenever possible today. Now, we don't really have stairs or escalators or elevators, but that's the whole point. Oftentimes, it is easier to just jump into an elevator. Say if you're at the mall or you're in some building and going up and down. You get more exercise and you get to work on your fitness by using the steps of the steps. So today, the challenge is not something I don't believe you can necessarily achieve today. Certainly not inside the building here at Fort Zeller. But when you go home, when you go to a building sometime in the near future, when you have a chance to take the escalator, which is the moving steps, or the elevator, which is basically the big box that takes you up and down to different floors, take a moment and ask yourself or ask your family that you're with, hey, I want to be more fit. I want to exercise. I want to take the steps. So I encourage you to do that because, well, whatever we do to exercise and make our bodies strong and stronger and more durable and with more endurance is ultimately an act of kindness to your body. You are building it up. So I encourage you to meet this challenge. It's not something I see us necessarily doing today, but keep it in the back of your mind. Think about where you can use the steps and make a decision to possibly use those steps next time. Ask your teachers. I hope your teachers will ask you about the kindness challenge as well and how you plan to meet it, or if there's a way to meet it right here at the school that I haven't thought about, well, guess what? Maybe you can share that as well. I can't wait to see you guys today. I am here at Fort Zeller all the rest of the day. Can't wait to see you guys. I can't wait to ask you too about the kindness challenge. I can't wait to ask you about what your thoughts too are about our character trait of cooperation. Have a wonderful rest of the day.